Just wanted to share with you the latest project that I worked on, primarily in Cursor, and just kind of prompting it by writing stuff and sometimes by speaking to it using Whisper. It was quite challenging. I wouldn't say that it was, purely done by Cursor. I had to sometimes break my head and write a few things here and there, but yeah, mostly I would say about 95% of this entire application, which is a nextjs app, has been done by Cursor. So before getting into what it is, let me just run this and show it to you. So if I go here, so this is basically a Marvel character network. So I'm getting data from the Marvel Comics API, and I can search for characters here. So for example, Groot. And when I say fetch character data, so what it's doing is, you see this Marvel shield as a spinner. That's all Cursor. So it's going to fetch all the comics that Groot appeared in and shows it as a network graph over here. And we can see all the different comics that he has appeared in. And if there was a description, it would also come here. Unfortunately, there's no description, but if it was there, it would come here, and it'll also show you how many comics Groot has appeared in. I can click on a particular comic and it shows me, okay, this is Guardians of the Galaxy and this is Rocket Raccoon and whatever. So I can also double click a comic, and when I double click it, then it'll fetch all the other characters that are there in this particular comic, and we can then, build like a network graph over here. This is Rocket Raccoon. So this is the Annihilators. This is Rocket Raccoon. This is Ronan. I don't know who this is. Gladiator, and so on. So it's pretty cool in terms of building like a network graph of who are the different characters of a particular comic and how are they connected to each other and that kind of a thing. So if I again double click this, now it shows me, okay, so Rocket Raccoon also appeared in this comic and also in this comic. So yeah, so this is a really fun project that I really liked playing around with. And I could go and search for, I like Hydra. Okay, let's say Bob, agent of Hydra. A cowardly young man, Bob was persuaded into joining the criminal organization of Hydra and has numerous encounters with Deadpool. So yeah, so Bob, agent of Hydra, appears in these comics, and then I could, like I said, double click, and then we find out about, so this is Deadpool for sure, and then we can double click others, and it just kind of keeps showing us how Bob could be connected to Death or Typhoid Mary, or all these different characters. So it's just a fun project to do like a network analysis. And the way I went about doing this was, it was a lot of hard work, I won't deny it. This is the Marvel API. So first I went into the how-tos and getting started, general information, API results. I went through all of these. I went through all this documentation that you see over here, and then I went to Cursor and I created a document called marvel.md, which is basically, I just copied and pasted everything from those sites over here to make one document. And then I kind of this has all the API calls, and I then if you look at the documents, you can add different documents to Cursor. So over here I just kind of added a new document, and I've called that oh sorry, I didn't add it here. I could add it here, but I just kind of referred to it in the instructions that I've given. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And then there was all these different, okay, I don't have my history. Well, that's a shame, but okay, anyway. So I had everything. This took me almost about a day to kind of come up with, but it was really cool, because it kind of suggested that I should have all these the suggestions of having this Marvel background behind. I don't know if you can see that. If I just refresh this, yeah, if you can see this. or suggesting that let's have the Marvel logo, or when I search for whatever, something here, let's say Adam Warlock, and if I fetch this, so you see this Marvel shield as a spinner. So these are all ideas that Cursor gave me in terms of how do I go about beefing this up and making it look a little more pretty. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can play around with this as soon as I put it up on Vercel or wherever, and see how it kind of performs. The API does have a few restrictions in terms of how many calls you can make per day, and yeah, that's so it makes these are the calls that are being made, and once it kind of does that, it'll show us the data. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, and hopefully I'll put this up and all you Marvel fans out there can have fun with this, and yeah, I'd look forward to getting some feedback on this. Thank you.